Good evening, everybody. At the outset, I would like to express my immense pleasure to be with you all this pleasant evening and for the inaugural function of this Neopel Biosciences, which is going to do lots to the public. In the sense, I really appreciate and welcome their venture in doing this because it is going to aid us to help the mothers and the families to bring a nice child to this world. So many a times, as Dr. Kamala Silvaraj has told, they'll be so happy when they become pregnant and they'll be dreaming so much. But what happens at the end, sometimes it ends up in abortions due to some chromosomal problems. First trimester, that is to say the first 3 months if the abortion occurs, it's mostly due to chromosomal anomaly. And then next is, even after that, sometimes the baby, fetus grows in utero, and then when she delivers, the baby may have some genetic disorders or it may have some congenital anomalies which was not being diagnosed. That was the scenario before. So this Neopel Biosciences is going to give them a great relief for that, because they have, as an obstetrician, I would like to concentrate myself more on the prenatal diagnostic tests which they are going to do. Of course, my friend Dr. Anuradha will be telling you about the neonatal problems and the screening programs, what they are going to do. Newborn screening, which is very, very important. Of course, we are also concerned with the newborns, but still we have our pediatricians by the side and they are going to take care about our babies and they know pretty well. So now our duty as obstetrician and gynecologist is to give them to give them a proper advice regarding the prenatal screening programs whichever is available nowadays, and use it properly so that they can decide. See what happened, the congenital malformations and the genetic disorders were really a great problem. It gives a great problem in the present scenario. See, but then that doesn't mean that it was not prevailing previously. It was there, but it was not being diagnosed. It was underdiagnosed or it was not brought to the notice at all. But now, even the public have a mindset of listening to media and to doctors, and they listen to us and they really follow whatever advice we give. So here comes the importance of the doctors who have to advise them properly to go for all these prenatal screening. So we should not think like whatever mothers and grandmas, they never went for anything, or even the antenatal checkup. So if you tell something, the oldies in the families will say, we never underwent all those things, we have given birth to nice children, why do you want to undergo all these things? This is what is the problem with the old people who are there at home. But slowly we have to make up their mind also, I feel. So now, because of this prenatal screening, the science has advanced so much that we are able to find out these problems early and even the risk factors which causes these problems, so that we can come to a solution. And you know what, the screening of these problems can be identified. It's being done very early, like about 11 weeks of pregnancy itself. That's in the first trimester, we call it as. So the advantage here is, once you diagnose at 11 weeks itself, we can find out what is the solution for that, whether we can continue the pregnancy or if it is going to be very severe lethal anomaly. Maybe we can advise them regarding termination of pregnancy. So we have enough time for that, because MTP law says you can go for medical termination of pregnancy up to 20 weeks. But these tests will help us to find out the anomalies and the genetic disorders even very much earlier than this period. So we can go for the first trimester MTP itself. That's the advantage. Because even though you can do MTPs in the first and the second trimester, it's always better for the patient if you do it in the first trimester. So why I am telling this is, the tests are there to find out these conditions in the first trimester itself. That is one great advantage. What is the burden of this congenital anomalies and this genetic disorders to the population? It gives a great burden. If you look at the worldwide, it's about 7.8 million children are born every year with some genetic disorder or with some congenital anomalies. It's a great burden. And then they say among this, about 90% belong to the low and the middle socio-economic status countries. This is the burden. And they say the congenital anomalies and the genetic disorders are the second most common cause for, I think Dr. Anu will tell us in detail, they are they are the second most common cause for the infant mortality and also for the not for neonatal, it is for the infant mortality and childhood mortality. So that comes to about 25 to 60 per thousand births. Such is the scenario. And what is the scenario in our country, in India? Every year we have about 500,000 of children born with these disorders. And not only that, 21,000 children are born every year with chromosomal problems. So especially the Down syndrome. So this is the problem we face. So there is a study which says that about 15% of PNMR are due to these disorders also. So such being the huge burden, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to prevent it or to take care of them? So some things cannot be prevented, for which we have to make up the mind of the parents and the family to cope up with these scenarios. See, certain anomalies are lethal where you have to necessarily go for, unfortunately, for medical termination of pregnancy. But some are there which is with which they can live. But then there is a lot of burden, not only to the child but also to the family, to the nation, in turn to the world also. So this should be taken up properly by the family. For this, the prenatal counseling is so helpful. So all these things are being done by them. So it's a very great thing to have such a organization with us. They are going to do lots to our community, that is our pregnant women community. I'm sure that they are going to do lots. And the news should reach everywhere. That's the main thing which you have to do. Just within 4 months, if we talk about it, it's not going to help you much. So we have to do that. And all of us know that the problems of these genetic disorders, why there is such an increase in the genetic disorders and chromosomal is mainly because of some social customs like getting married among relatives, close relatives. We call it as consanguineous marriage, which causes so much of problem. Autosomal recessive diseases are common, mental retardation, everything is common with that. So that is one problem. The other one is getting married late and having a child. More than they say, if they become pregnant after the age of 35 years, there is more chances for getting Down syndrome, which is a trisomy. So that again is a very pathetic situation. This is another problem. And nowadays, all of us know that diabetes is so much prevalent in our country. So as such, diabetes is more common, and same way gestational diabetes, that is diabetic women becoming pregnant or first time diagnosed during pregnancy, GDM, is common. So what happens with this GDM, the problem is if they are not controlling their blood sugar level in the first 3 months, they go for many abnormalities for the child, congenital anomalies like chondrogenesis, cardiac problems, so many are there. So this is another burden. That is the reason why it is there is an increase in the incidences. Next thing is the hypothyroidism. See, thyroid disorders were not given much importance previously, but all of us know the importance of knowing the thyroid level nowadays during pregnancy, because if you don't treat it, it will end up in the congenital hypothyroidism for the baby, and a congenital hypothyroid baby, if not treated in time, will go for so many problems about which she can tell you. So this and all we can avoid. And not only this, why there is increasing trend in the other thing is because the diagnostic modalities and the mindset of people has come very well. So nowadays the conditions are being picked up early. That may be another reason why there is an increase in the incidence of these disorders, which was being what do you say? It was not being noted previously. Now it is all coming to limelight. So there is an increased incidence in these disorders. So having come to know, our companies like these people have, they have the mind of getting everything under one roof. As Dr. Kamala Silver has said, they need not go from one place to another place to get various tests to be done. It's all being done under one roof in there. This is the speciality of this Neotel. Once they come, they can get it finished, everything here. So that, and as I forgot his name, who has present now? Yeah, Praveen has presented nicely how they are going to do it. So I'm sure that their results will be really good, and we can rely upon their results also, and it's so convenient for the patients also. So in the antenatal period, it is of course our duty to do. I will just mention certain prenatal diagnostic techniques which we do. Like routinely, it's not only for high-risk women, routinely we want to do. Nowadays the concept has come that we have to do a scan, ultrasound scan between 11 and 13 weeks in order to find out the nuchal translucency and the nasal bone, which are the markers for one of the genetic disorder called Down syndrome. So in addition, if you do certain biochemical parameters, which they are going to do now, also will help, like PAPA, and another one is HCG. When they do these two, the results, about 65% of these disorders can be found out, and when you combine it with the NT, that is nuchal translucency by ultrasound, it is going to be still more, like 80 to 85%. So it's a very great this thing in the first trimester. And then when they come to the second trimester, that's about 15 to 16 weeks, we have certain tests, that is triple test. I think they are going to do that also. And they have 4 tests also. I think I need not talk about all those things. Triple test and quadruple test, by which you can find out many of the anomalies, and then you do a scan at 20 weeks, 18 to 20 weeks, by which time you can find out whichever anomaly you have missed in the first trimester, and certain anomalies which cannot be diagnosed in the first trimester can be picked up in the second trimester scanning by 18 weeks. So with combining all these things, we will come to know that the baby is perfect inside, the fetus. When the baby is in utero, it's called fetus. So the fetus is safe there. So not only that, later of course they have so many tests which will tell you about the other conditions of the baby in utero also. So now, and again we are doing as I have told you, we are also having the mindset of doing thyroid profile for all the pregnant women at least 3 times during their pregnancy, and we want to keep it at a particular level. It's unlike non-pregnant women, pregnancy, the TSH level has to be maintained, for which again they are doing the panel over here. So these are all the things which are going to help the obstetrician and gynecologist so much in order to improve our outcome. That is, we want to have a safe mother, not only that, a safe child. So we have to hand over a safe child to the pediatrician. Of course, then it is their duty to see to that. But during the life of the fetus within the uterus, we are supposed to monitor. So here they are going to help us a lot. So I think we are really, that is, the obstetricians are really blessed by having such labs where everything is being done under one roof. And I'm sure that these people will come up very well because they have the mindset of doing everything correctly. I wish them all a grand success in their career. Thank you very much.